Tornado Alley. Located in the U.S. Great Plains, it's a mecca for storm chasers. Meteorologist Mark Robinson has over a decade of experience chasing tornadoes. He teams up with fellow meteorologist Jacqueline Whittal for her 4th year in the field. The team will race from state to state, hunting down active weather. What they'll find depends on their ability to work together. Adrenaline, stress, and curiosity once again test their friendship as they journey into the core.
This is the worst case scenario.
This whole area is likely going under.
I'm exhilarated right now.
My ultimate goal in Tornado Alley is to experience the weather.
There's a wall cloud right over there. Like this, we've been watching the same 2 cells for like, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
We are running out of road options, so we kind of have to stay ahead of this thing.
You're thinking about your forecast, you're thinking about your target, you're thinking about your drive, how far you have to go that day, and then you're thinking, I hope I get a supercell that produces a tornado. That is the goal.
The storm hunters have mixed emotions. After witnessing record-breaking tornadoes just the year before, the question is, what will they see this year? Getting the forecast wrong is dangerous. There's also the risk they won't find any major storms at all.
But that's where that internal struggle comes into play again, because you never want to see a tornado that does any destruction.
I'm standing right in an area that was hit very hard. You can see there's just debris strung all over the place from 2x4s. Something that really disturbed me is a little girl's dollhouse over here.
We were in many damaged paths in 2013. I was hoping the year wouldn't produce that.
No, anything goes right now. I think a lot of chasers are just hoping for something, so I don't know. I don't know what the right target is.
I'm just stressed. I mean, I'm quite stressed about this one.
Are you?
Yeah, because it's a tough call. It's such a tough call, and I don't want to get it wrong. I mean, it's true. I don't want to get it wrong.
You do know what you're doing. Just need to trust in it.
This is why my nails are already short.
After a few days of seeing nothing but blue skies, they finally connect with an isolated storm cell in Nebraska. The wind whips past them as it feeds the storm.
We are in what we call the inflow region, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this dried stuff right here, and you'll see which way the wind is blowing. It's blowing directly towards the storm. That means we're in the inflow region, which means all that warm, moist air is pulling into the storm and being sucked up into it. And this is the business end of the storm, so right where we want to be.
Watching from the leading edge of a storm allows Mark and Jacqueline a safe vantage point. As the cell rolls across the field, the storm hunters soon find themselves in the more dangerous outflow region. All the air originally pulled into the storm is now flowing back out with great force.
This one started as a supercell thunderstorm. It lost its supercellular characteristics fairly quickly, but it was still a very strong storm.
It's too high base to produce tornadoes, but man, it's moving so slow that we can just sit here and watch it roll towards us.
Where we were was very dry, so the amount of dust that this thing kicked up was incredible. Like, we had almost full hurricane strength winds. Like, I was standing, doing that sort of crouching thing just to stay upright as this hit us. And all the little pieces of dust were stinging my face.
Can knock your camera right off your tripod, can kick up dust at the surface and make it really bad in terms of visibility. And I'd say that's probably the biggest wind danger aside from an actual tornado.
Right in the middle of this gust front is kicking up a tremendous amount of dirt. Fields, we're just getting pummeled by it. There's so much dirt, you probably can't hear a thing I'm saying. This is crazy.
Mark and Jacqueline must stay on the move. Danger follows them as they race to stay ahead of the gust front.
How close was that? Yeah, I've been in lightning danger, so we don't want to stick around outside too long. And here comes the rain and dust, and I've got enough dust in my mouth today. Thank you very much. beautiful. That's a beautiful gust front starting on that one. Woo! Love it. Just love it. Here we go again. The gust front keeps catching up to us and just kicking out huge amounts of dust off these fields. And it's just, oh, I'm still blinking my eyes, trying to get all the grit out of my eyes. A huge amount of, see how fast it's pulling in there?
Yeah.
That's a lot of inflow being just yanked into this. Oh, oh!
Whoa.
Okay, we gotta go. That was right in the right spot for a possible spin-up. The problem with that is that it was directly above us. I want to get us out of a danger area, move down a little bit down the street, basically east back towards Scotts Bluff, so that we can put a bit of distance between us and any potential danger parts of the storm.
The chase day ends with a rainbow and light hail as the gust front finally dies out. In search of the next major storm, the chase team moves from Arizona to Denver, Colorado. They cover nearly 14,000 kilometers as they hurtle along the highway for 12 long hours.
We're in a tornado watch box right now. You can actually see out the front of the car, we're coming towards quite a large thunderstorm at the moment. It's not supercellular yet, but there is the potential for strong, long-track tornadoes today, and especially large hail, so it could be quite an interesting day.
According to Twitter reports, there is a rotating wall cloud on this thing. All right, let's go get her.
The storm escalates quickly, and suddenly the storm hunters become the hunted.
Look at the hook on.
Oh yeah, it's right above us.
Yeah, we're definitely cutting a little close here.
Yeah, we are close to the storm.
Found it, guys. It's gonna be as tight as it gets. It's gonna be really, really tight.
Sorry.
Oh, wait,
Right
go.
here.
Okay, they're getting off on this one. This is 70 east. Yep. Okay. We're gonna beeline east. We're gonna get out of this. Don't worry. We're not gonna get cored.
We are gonna get cored. Getting cored.
No, we're barely getting cored. There's wind, I know, but we'll get, look, the sun right there. Get out of it.
That is as tight as I would ever like to come to that core.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did not like that either.
The team struggles to gain distance from the deluge. With a potential tornado hot on their heels, they can't pull over to film the storm until it's safe.
This is constantly spinning up. There's potential for tornadic development. If we stop too long in one spot, we could be in a dangerous spot. That's one reason, number one reason. The other reason is that we want to continue with the storm in case it does produce a tornado. So if we stop, the storm could get out of our distance, and then pretty much our chase day is done.
The storm hunters push ahead to give themselves some breathing room. The team can finally stop to examine the advancing storm. Jacqueline is not comfortable with what she sees.
My fear is that all of a sudden it's just going to reveal something.
No, we're still pretty far from it.
Yeah, I'm not really digging this storm right now because it's high precipitation, and so we can't see anything. So even if there was a tornado in there, we would not be able to see it. It just kind of makes me nervous.
The memory of a similar storm is still fresh for Jacqueline. On their previous visit to the alley, the storm hunters faced the record-breaking tornado in El Reno, Oklahoma. The monster storm was over 4.5 kilometers wide. It was the widest tornado ever witnessed, and it too was disguised by rain.
Yeah, it's buried up in there. What we're watching for right now, Jacqueline, you can see the whole axis of rotation, the whole storm is spinning on that point right back there. So if the tornado is going to drop, it's going to drop right there. Now, we're in a very safe position because we can't actually be hit by it. And right here is the danger part of the storm.
I understand, but Mark, take a look at this traffic. These are all chasers. Every
This car you see right now is a chaser on the same road. That's because there's only one cell right now that everybody's on that's tornado warned, and everybody is trying to do the same thing we are.
Now, the difference between this and El Reno days, we're actually in a very safe position. We're not trying to get out of the way of the tornado. If it does drop, it's going to be over this side north of us, moving northeast. So we are in actually a very safe position.
We are. All right, let's roll on that. Michelle, take a look at that rapid rotation.
Wow. Like, that is just wow.
Yeah, it's rotating hard.
That's an impressive storm. We gotta go. Scott and Dave just took off. Let's go. Yeah, we gotta go.
Question mark.
Yeah.
We were in a safe position. Why are we?
Because we're gonna get hit by all the rain and everything else behind it, and we just won't be able to see anything.
Okay.
But we're in a safe position because it's doing this, and we're here, so we're doing this like it's doing that.
Even with a head start, the core of the storm catches up to them again.
Here we go. Come on, hail. Come on. So looking at the radar on this one, I'll be surprised if this actually has hail, but I want to show the viewers some hail, what it's like to be in a hail core. And I'm hoping we get something, but it's beginning to look like just rain.
He doesn't really want to show the viewers the hail. He just wants to go jump around in the hail. That's the true story.
The storm hunters emerge from under the rain shelf once again. Clear skies are the last thing they want to see. Chasers line up along the roadside to watch and hope for the storm to give one last big effort to spin out a tornado.
Huge one. Yeah, massive. It's a huge tornado right there.
Zoom in. There's a big tornado right there.
Yeah, not so much. Nope.
Disappointed but undaunted, the storm chasers keep hunting for elusive tornadoes and hail. A few days later, Mark, Jacqueline, and their chase companions dodge another storm cell that reminds them to be careful what they wish for.
The National Weather Service in Midland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Dawson County and West Texas.
Well, here's our storm. We are directly in front of that core, and in that core are some gigantic chunks of hail. So we can't stay here too long. We're going to keep moving down the road as this thing sort of chases us down this highway. We have to be a little bit careful. But the size of the hail in there, we call this gorilla hail because it sounds like a gorilla is pounding on the side of your car. We're going to try to avoid that because I'd like to keep the glass in the car for just a little bit longer.
The storm shows potential for producing a tornado. Mark and Jacqueline pay close attention to the cloud's behavior.
I mean, what I'm watching is right here. That is starting to slide around.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it too. Yeah, it's definitely rapidly rotating. So I don't know why they dropped the tornado warning on it. I mean,
yeah, they're gonna put it back up.
I think it'll go back up.
Let's go. We gotta go.
A vortex pulls together before their very eyes in the field beside the truck.
That right there is a gustnado.
Pulling over.
On the ground.
That's rotating pretty good.
It is rotating pretty good. We think it's a gustnado. Certainly have circulation at the base. I kind of think that is, geez, that's rotating big time. Oh yeah, that's tightening up. That's not a gustnado. That's tightening up.
The team hustles down the highway to give themselves a buffer. By communicating with other chasers and consulting radar along the way, Mark and Jacqueline keep just ahead of the rapidly moving storm. A quick stop at a service station compromises their lead.
Washroom. I think it's washroom. Oh, we're gonna have to go south in this or we're gonna get killed.
Jacqueline finally reappears. The chase can now continue. The convoy of storm hunters look for an ideal vantage point to watch this cell mature.
I'm just gonna stop here, see if we have a view.
Radar scans indicate this storm is heavy with hail, and tornado sightings have been reported. The trouble is, the road network in this part of Texas is limited.
So the issue with this storm is that we are running out of road options. We can only go east, and then there's only a couple of south roads. So we kind of have to stay ahead of this thing and stay off the roads. Be careful. It can overtake us. We don't want that. There's some baseball hail in there.
Tension runs high. Even seasoned chasers feel uneasy.
So let me ask
Actually, what do you think about this? Is this going to produce a tornado? I mean,
it's already produced 2 that we have verified ourselves. So it's certainly possible to do more.
Yeah.
The rain's coming. We're just playing cat and mouse right now with the stupid rain corps, trying to stay away ahead of the hail and all of this.
This is the type of storm that you just let yourself get cored.
Yeah.
There's some big hail. I did not want to be cored by that.
I want to get it cored.
Right now, that is a wall cloud that is moving over those mountains. What's interesting about that is even if there was a tornado that would form at the base of that wall cloud, we wouldn't know because there's that hill. So this chase train is kind of tricky in that way because you don't see like you would maybe in flat prairie-like land.
The skies grow dark. All tornado watches have now been dropped by the National Weather Service. Some of the chasers decide they're going to let the storm roll over them. They angle their trucks against the wind to minimize damage from hail.
We're doing what we call coring this storm. So we've been watching this. We have verified that there's very little rotation in the cell, but there's massive hail. So we want to stay in a safe position, but we might actually try and get some hail.
Sampling this, but not this lightning.
The hail rapidly intensifies as the core of the storm rolls overhead. The stones start small, but as they grow, they could compromise the windshield and exterior camera.
Take my jacket, put it up against the window. Yeah, just like wrap it up here, put it up here. We lose that window. Okay, stay under there. Watch the windshield.
I feel blast coming at me.
Okay, stay under there.
Yeah, there were some baseballs in there. I mean, we lost our hurricane. I think it's...
As the hail begins to taper, Jacqueline feels the effects of her adrenaline rush.
Holy, that was crazy! I am seriously
Yeah, I didn't use my other mirror, though.
Oh my God, I'm shaking.
Oh, I know. My other side, I'm shocked. On the passenger side.
I am so shaken up. I am just, I mean, I've seen, what, probably 6, 7 tornadoes in my life. I've never been cored by softball-sized hail like that.
That was pretty good.
That's
the biggest hail I've ever been through. I have to admit.
I
Yeah.
experienced the biggest hail you've ever
Oh yeah, I've never been into anything quite this big.
Wow.
But I was still shaken up because I had glass in my lap. So I remember like shaking off the glass. There's glass all over the interior of the car, little shards. So I was more like, wow, this just happened.
Cameraman Michelle Malaire hopes a temporary fix will keep the windshield from collapsing before it can be replaced. They head back towards town, where a close inspection reveals the extent of the hail damage.
And we went through a heck of a hailstorm.
Wow, look at this, Mark.
Oh my, we've got some dents
Oh, we
here.
have some big hail
Wow.
dents there. There's dents right here.
Oh!
Oh no.
Wow. We didn't get it that bad. No, we didn't.
A quick trip to the auto shop gets the Weather Network chase truck ready for the road yet again.
And boom, new windshield. Try real hard not to get this one cracked out.
The storm hunters explore the Great Plains for nearly 3 weeks. They chase countless storms from state to state. They're rewarded with rapid-fire lightning shows, beautifully structured storm cells, and wide-open vistas. As they begin the long journey back to Canada, a new cell pops up on the radar, and it's headed their way.
On the right, and it's just bouncing the car everywhere. You can actually see the trucks ahead. They're getting buffeted all over the place.
That's pretty intense. Those are strong winds. There's us. That's our storm. That's the storm that has easily maybe between 70, maybe 80, 90 mile per hour winds. It'll be very strong winds and then some embedded hail. But the thing with the hail is that the winds are so strong that people call this a hurricane hailer because it's coming at you with such force with the winds.
I felt we literally had minutes to make a decision.
Boom. Boom, truck wash right there.
Perfect.
And go in there. I'm gonna take a look up north real quick.
No,
That's a place we can go back to.
Go there, we'll ask them.
The storm's going to be here in about 10 minutes, so we don't got a lot of time.
Go, I'll ask them.
It's too far south.
It's right there.
No, it's too far south of the storm.
It's gonna roll right over York.
No, it's not. Look, it's gonna be,
Look, Mark.
We're
that whole
here.
floor is doing this.
I know, but I want to be up here.
I felt like I wasn't being heard, and I said, Mark, we really should just take what we have as an option, because what if we get caught and not find a hail shelter? We cannot break our windshield again.
You that panicked? Because if you're that
I'm not that panicked. It's just that we had 5 minutes to go ask them and get permission, and I just don't know why we're looking. You couldn't find a better hail shelter or wind shelter.
Don't worry. I do know what I'm doing.
I know you know what you're doing, but it's getting closer and closer.
It's okay.
This is not a very strong structure, but...
No, it's not.
But I don't know
It's
how
okay.
much...
These ones won't be probably
Okay,
reinforced.
here, let me do this, okay? I'm a woman. I'll speak nicely to them and be very, very nice. Okay? Wait out the door and do, because there's a major hailstorm coming over right now, and really...
So it did get intense, but we're really tight. So sometimes that moment happens, and then the next minute we're laughing and joking, and we still love each other at the end of the day.
You weren't listening to me. It's like a husband. You weren't listening to me. I told you I knew what I was doing. I'm telling you.
That was
Michelle,
great
you
TV.
start, and I'm gonna start yelling at you too.
You form these bonds with people because you're constantly being put into extremely dangerous situations, and you have to rely on them as much as they have to rely on you, and that can form some pretty strong friendships.
The storm hunter's journey through Tornado Alley ends as the hail core slides by. There are no tornadoes this year, but this time they discover there's much more to chasing than just funnel clouds.
Mark and I have been chasing now 2 years, and I can honestly say that he's become a really close friend. We have a lot of laughs. We have a lot of personal moments in the car, getting to know each other. We are kind of like road husband and wife. We look out for each other. We trust each other with our lives, and I can't wait to chase with him again.